into it. New content, the monster ranch, an encounter that provides monster loot items. Love that. Someone that sells monster loot items, that's perfect, because that'll just add more variety to builds and make things more interesting. I like that. Starter run, now a selection of 4 items instead of 3. Okay. And Dooley still has 3. Okay, so just fuck Dooley then. Okay. Start of run no longer provides a skill. Seems kind of lame because you don't get a skill. But now you're not just gonna get shit on by somebody who had +8 burn at the beginning, who's just gonna win his first 3 games. And then also you're not like feel like you're stuck into a build just based off that starting skill, or you guys got messed up because you picked a skill that doesn't go with any items you're getting. So I can see this being good or bad. Encounter frames have been getting a facelift. Okay, I think that means they look better. Mini items. Base outputs have changed slightly to have more consistent scaling. Okay, so a few number tweaks. Enchantments with passive effects now have tooltips describing their effects. I mean, that's good. More information, the better. Rerolls removed from many specialized merchants. Which ones? That's interesting. Okay. Level up 5 is no longer an upgrade, but tier restricted general upgrades have been added to all level ups, other than special levels. What? Okay, so level 5 you don't get an upgrade, but tier restricted general upgrades have been added to all level ups. Tier restricted. Is it like upgrading an item to silver? Is that what it is? What does tier restricted mean? Dramatically increase the floor tick rate of Sandstorm to accelerate the end of combat. Okay. That's something. That's good, I guess. Reduced XP gains from a variety of encounter options. Oh, wow. So, is that like monster encounters? Or maybe that's just from the encounters that give you random XP. Veteran Octopus Tiny Cutlasses now correctly have multicast 2. I mean, that thing has been a multicast, no multicast for like a long time. I didn't even know it was supposed to have 2. And, Aero Vehicle Merchant no longer spawns for Vanessa. Okay, interesting. I mean, I never really went with it on Vanessa. The submarine was nice. Zara, Haste Charge Trainer, no longer spawns for Pygmalion. Ooh, okay. He has kind of a hard time getting haste and charge as it is. And now he doesn't even have that person. Pretty good, I think. No longer... Large Merchant no longer spawns on day 3 and 4. Oh, wow. You're not going to get a large item until day 5. Okay, seems pretty good, actually. I don't know. Orion, the Tool Merchant, no longer spawns on day 2 and 3 and is slightly rare. Oh, okay. Reduce the rate of Seraphina. Enchanted Item Merchant will sell icy items. Okay, so she won't sell icy items as often. Okay. That's, I really love going freeze, but it does suck when you get frozen. Pyro Monster now has the fiery skill. I forget which one that is, but that's pretty good because that means you can get the skill now. It'll be harder to fight, though. The Warrior loadout slightly adjusted. Okay, we'll see what that is. Added enchantment options to the following items. Busy Bee, Piggles, Citrus, Coconut, Medkit, Pell, Gumballs, Bag of Ghoul, Spare Chain, Snowflake, Vile Blood, Gland, Insect Wing, Gunpowder, Nanobots. So now you can enchant them. With probably not with everything, but... Now the Sparring Partner no longer spawns as a monster encounter, but is now considered a regular encounter. Though it is still combat. Ooh, so you might just get them randomly instead of having to choose them over a monster. That's pretty nice. So now you still get, like... It's like a gold option if your build can take it. Instead of losing it out on XP. Teddy's crit scaling effect now triggers when your shield takes damage. Don't know what Teddy is. Meditation level up now gives 1 XP instead of 2. Ooh, picking that way less often. Coolant leak skill now triggers 5 times instead of 10. I think I know what that is. I'm not sure though. That's a big nerf. Half. Stout fire. When you gain burn, gain regeneration, and increase the damage of your weapons. Okay. Arms dealer skill. When you sell a weapon, gain 10 up to 40 max health. No longer triggers on buy. Oh, so they just nerfed that thing pretty good. Augmented weaponry skill is now your weapons have +1 damage when you sell an item. Increase the bonus by 1 damage. It's up to 4. Okay. Oh, that makes it a lot worse, but it's still not bad. And this is the same thing for shield. The knife set now deals more 10 to 80 damage. From 5 to 50. Okay, that's crazy. And charges on weapon use, but no longer deals damage on use. Oh, those like Jules' knife. That's a big change. Vial of Blood now starts at silver tier, giving 1 to 3 XP instead of 1 to 4. Wow. That means it's going to be more expensive as well. Defensive stance skill is now when you use a weapon, give your shield items shield for the fight. Okay. Lifting skill is now your weapons have +1 damage. When you buy a weapon, increase this bonus by 1 to 3 damage. Okay. Lord Aiken has commissioned upgrades to the Eclipse. It now deals hunger damage on item use and has the first time you fall below half health each fight, use this. Lord Arkin has commissioned upgrades to the Eclipse. I like how they worded that. The magic carpet is now a vehicle, as it should be. Electrified hole skill is now the first 5 times you use shield each fight, charge an item. Oh, dang, that's pretty good. Sabotage skill is now the first 5 times you use a tool each fight, slow a random number. Only the first 5, okay. Feather is now when you sell this, reduce your item's cooldown by 2 to 8%. Used to be 3 at the start instead of 2, so okay. Sharp corner skill, when you shield, give your weapons damage for the fight. I think they nerfed that, if I remember right. I don't know what the original numbers are. I wish they had them side by side. Boiler Room Brawler no longer has a hammer and wrench due to bugs, temporarily replaced by orbital polisher and goggles. Disabled items. So we're not going to have the life preserver, the luxury tents due to bugs. The boar remains disabled, pending to redesign. Schematics, bootstraps, hammer, wrench disabled due to bugs. Other items previously disabled have returned. Oh, wow. Wow, and these are a lot of changes over here. These are the more intricate things. Alright. Those are the patch notes, basically. Let me know what you think about them. Changed a bit of things. Hopefully it's for the better. Oh. Okay. Now for Vanessa's changes. Ballista no longer triggers its own multicast scaling. Oh, I didn't even know it did that. Because that's when you use an ammo item gain multicast. I didn't know it was gaining multicast off itself. Because it itself is an ammo item. The Cutlass now correctly has multicast 2. Oh my gosh. Good, because I always saw the cutlass and I was like, this is just garbage. But now in Multicast 2, it's actually a weapon. Clamera is no longer a tool. I guess a slight nerf. Repeater. Passive is changed to whenever you use another item with ammo, charge this 3 seconds. Before, it was whenever you use an ammo item, use this. It has a 6-second cooldown, so when you use an ammo item, it charges it 3 seconds, so it basically got nerfed by half the effect. But not as bad, because you could reduce the cooldown, so... But it is basically half. Throwing Knife's passive is changed to when you crit, charge this 1 second. Cooldown has been reduced from 3 to 2 seconds. Ooh, okay, so now instead of 3 seconds, it goes off in 2 seconds, but when you crit, it gets charges at 1 second. It doesn't get used. So, looks like they're putting a stop to this insta-death Vanessa ammo, which is good. Captain's Wheel passive is changed to when you use a vehicle or a large item, charge this 2 seconds. Before it was when you use a large item, charge it 2 seconds. Now it's a vehicle or large item. No, sorry. It was when you use a vehicle or large item. Let me restart. Before, it was when you use a large item, use this. Now it's use a large item or vehicle, charge it 2 seconds. Interesting. They're just making everything worse. Pufferfish now poisons 3 up to 12. Before it started at 1. So this is a buff on poison. But now it has a 6-second cooldown. And passive is changed to when you haste, charge this 3 seconds. Oh wow, they're changing everything to this new instead of on when you poison or when you use an ammo or when you crit, use the item. They're changing it all to charge it. And it looks like they did it all to where you charge it for half its duration. They did it for all of these items here. Okay. So they're just shitting on Vanessa completely. Alacrity now charges 1 to 2 seconds instead of 2 to 3. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what that is. Jellyfish now gains haste when an adjacent aquatic item is used instead of any aquatic item. Jellyfish just got nerfed. Jellyfish wasn't even that good, but it works really good with pufferfish. Inexorable skill is now your items have plus 2% crit chance. When you start a fight, increase this bonus by 2, 4, 6. Oh, wow. So they buffed... Yeah, they buffed this. That's good. Okay, that's cool. So it's easier to go crit, but now the crit build doesn't work as good. Good change if other heroes got the same change. Okay, but Vanessa, yeah, I don't know what the other ones are yet, but Vanessa was kind of the strongest. They kind of made her weak by a bit. Okay, the port. This is big. Now reloads 1 ammo at all tiers and spawns mostly Vanessa items at 1 tier lower than itself. Wow, that's a big nerf. It used to reload on its tier. If you had it at 3 ammo, everything would have 3 ammo and it would reload 3 extra ammo. And if it was diamond, it would spawn something diamond from anything so you could get crazy things. Now it's mostly Vanessa, so the likelihood of the other things is low. At least they didn't take it away. And reloading only 1 ammo. Damn. They really are nerfing Vanessa hard. Their Trash Buket, the item I can never pronounce. It's the thing that when you burn it gains haste. It now deals 25 to 200. Wasn't really sure of the damage because the damage didn't matter that much. Burn is 8 to 20. When you use a weapon or haste, charge this 1 second. So now it has nothing to do with if you burn. It's now if you use a weapon or you haste, charge it 1 second. They just killed that too. They're killing the burn too. Wow. Pearl. Now shields 10 to 40 on a 5-second cooldown. Its passive is charged to when you use another aquatic item, charge this 1 second. Pearl used to be when you use an aquatic item, shield this. It was just passive. It didn't get used.
That money's not gonna earn itself.
So this just got shit on like pretty badly as well. It's not bad. Maybe, I don't know. Fishing rod now hastes the aquatic item to the right. No one was using fishing rod unless it was in your backpack, because it gives you a free aquatic small item every day. Lighthouse now burns 12 to 20 on a 6-second cooldown. Passively is charged to when you slow, charges 3 seconds. Okay, so Lighthouse wasn't a problem at all. And they changed this too. It seems like the new philosophy is charge something instead of getting it used. Water wheel now hastes your other items from 1 to 3 seconds on a 6-second cooldown, and passively is changed to when you use an adjacent item, charge this 3 seconds. Oh, wow! So the water wheel kind of got buffed. I don't know. It's kind of a change. It's just a change. It's good, though. Highest ammo item you can get is gold. Yeah, from the port. Dang, that changes the port a lot. Vanessa is really changed. I gotta play a Vanessa game after this, for old time's sake. Heated shells. Now starts at silver tier and is when you use an ammo item, burn something. Heated shells skill. Oh, okay. So now it starts from 2 to 4. It used to start at 3 and it was gold. I like that they did that. I like that skill a lot. Pufferfish nerfed, basically. Pufferfish, yeah, absolutely destroyed. I mean, it's going to be just half as good as it was, basically. But also, now that these things that were passive now have cooldowns, now they can be frozen. So it makes them weaker in that regard as well. Because you used to be able to freeze everything, but you couldn't freeze the pufferfish. Astrolabe is now shield 20 to 80. When you use another non-weapon item, haste it. Instead of haste the Astrolabe and that. That's a big change as well. It's like half as good for things that trigger off haste. Iron, the water will nuff it. What? The water will nerf is basically a pufferfish nerf. Oh, the water wheel nerf. I don't even think the water wheel... I mean, it gets charged instead of hasted, so it actually doesn't work with haste as much. You're right. But the charging still lets you haste more. So it's kind of around the same with the water wheel. Okay, iron sharpen, iron skills. Your leftmost item has +2 damage. When you buy a weapon, increase this bonus. Oh wow, now it's leftmost, and then you can keep increasing it. Interesting. Flurry of Blows skill is now the first 5 times you use a weapon each fight. Charge an item plus 1 to 2 seconds. Okay, that's it. It used to be, I believe, is when you use a weapon, haste a weapon. So now it's only the first 5 times and it's charge. Big change. It's not bad though. Bullet time skill is now first 5 times you use an ammo item each fight, slow random item. That skill was kind of crazy. It was whenever you use an ammo item, low an item. Now it's only the first 5 times. It's still good even with that. Alright, Vanessa's changes? Absolutely nerfed. Like, might be the worst hero now depending on these next changes. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Pygmalion redesigns. Beast of Burden now deals 20 to 160 from just dealing 10. Scaling is now plus 10 to 40 damage. Okay. Regal Blade now deals 10 to 80 damage from just 10. Scaling is now 10 to 40 damage, down from 10 to 80. Okay. lowest HP, and now they slowed her down. Yeah. But also getting, well, at least for the ammo build, just getting put up against Vanessa thinking, okay, this build's amazing, and then just dying before anything goes off. It feels bad. They should change that. Hopefully this changes that, but it seems like they were harsh. Open for business skill now counts properties and stash. Okay. That's good. So if you have a property in your stash, you don't have to have it on your board. Always, so a little bit of a buff. So they're just buffing them. Cash register now spawns only 2 spare change per day, down from 3. Okay, I like this change just because when I have the cash register and I'm getting 3 spare change every day, sometimes I'm like, I don't have enough space for all the spare change. I'm like, stressing me out, don't know what to sell. Now it's just calm. It's only gonna give me 2. I'm still gonna buy it. Yo-Yo now charges itself 2 seconds when an adjacent item is used instead of force use. Okay, now deals 1 to 20 damage from 1 to 15 and cooldown reduced from 8 to 6 seconds. Yo-Yo was taken out of the game. Now it's back. They think this will fix it. I think that's a great fix for the Yo-Yo because the Yo-Yo was crazy. You said what? I mean, the Yo-Yo change is great. Yo-Yo change. That's fantastic. It looks like they're doing this, yeah. Not even just for Vanessa, but they're just changing all things to when you use it, charge. Just like the blades up here. I forget that it's the knife set. They changed it to charge instead of use when a weapon's used. So they're definitely just changing their whole like philosophy on that. The loop and billboard now gives item bonus value at the start of each day instead of the passive. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's a buff. Vineyard now heals on a 6-second cooldown and charges itself 2 to 4 seconds on item use. Wow. And okay, so that's another thing. You guys used to just use every time you used an item, and now it's you charge when you use another item, which makes it a lot weaker. Landscaper now shields on a it's same thing. Landscaper was the same thing as Vineyard, but it was shield, so they just changed it to the exact same thing. Beehive now charges all busy bees on weapon use instead of use them. That nerfed the hell out of busy bee. Crazy. Used to be when your enemy uses a weapon, use a busy bee. And that thing could get crazy. The bushel passive is changed to when you shield, charges 2 seconds. No longer gives shielding on heal. Okay. That, I mean, that makes it weaker, but it just changes it. It's pretty good. Still. Rip Vin. The vineyard, yeah, the vineyard's crazy weaker. The bushel, I guess right. That marbles now slows 1 item on a 3-second cooldown. Passive change to when you use an adjacent small item, charge this 1 second. No longer slows on adjacent item use. The marbles were kind of crazy. On adjacent, just slow. You could just slow everything. It wasn't that. I mean, yeah, it was pretty crazy. Shipment spawns mostly Pygmalion items at 1 tier lower than itself. Really? I always liked going shipment, but I never really got something. It was because I loved the shipment because it was a chance at any hero's items. And now they just killed the fun. This is just killing the fun right here. Shipment. What a lame. The kukri is now deal 5 to 40 damage when you heal. Give this plus damage for the fight. So now that bird that heals multicast, it's now dealing damage. I like it. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. Crook now buffs medium items only. Dealing and buffing 10 to 40. Okay. For some reason, I thought that Crook already did that, but I guess it was dealing all damage? All weapons? I thought it was only medium. Endurance skill is now when you use a weapon, you give your healing items plus healing for the fight. Okay, that's pretty good. So now they can have like a weapon healing build. Okay. Like, okay. Trader skill is now at the start of each day. Give your items plus value. Oh, that's good. Dang, you can just hold some chocolate bars in, and then the next day hold some spare change the next day, and then obviously all those items that work off value. Pretty good. Makeshift plate skill is now your items have +1 shield for every 432 gold you have. Okay. Can't remember what the original stats for that were. Okay, now the Dooley redesigns. I hope they didn't hurt Dooley. Dooley. It's one of. Dooley. The bunker now only triggers off item damage, no longer triggers off sand, storm, poison, or burn. Okay, I like this. The bunker, it just seemed like it was triggering off poison, burn, and sandstorm, but it was just off. Like it would trigger off burn, and then it just wouldn't trigger off burn. On the sandstorm, it would. I didn't even know it was doing it on poison. So basically, nerfed the bunker. But I didn't. When I ran Shield Dooley, I found that the bunker was a little too weak. As a large item, took up too much space. Machine learning skill now costs 6 gold at all tiers. All the same. Okay. I can't remember which one that is. Capacitor now starts at silver tier at 765 second cooldown from 10987. Oh wow. That is a way big, like that's a huge buff. The lowest it used to be is now the highest. Armadillo now deals damage 20 to 160 on use, and a passive is changed to when you shield. Charge this 2 seconds. Cooldown reduced from 8 to 6. They did it to Dooley's Armadillo again. I mean, that's good because the Armadillo is crazy overpowered. Arc Blaster now deals 20 to 160 on use. Passive is changed to when you use the core. Charges 4 seconds.
Where's your hustle?
Okay. That's weaker. Pretty sure that's weaker. Bomb Squad. Passive is changed to when you use an adjacent frame. Charges 2 seconds and no longer hastes items. Interesting. Huh. Flamethrower now deals 1 to 2 times its damage as burn instead of 2 to 3 times. But 3 times was so crazy. Like, I never thought that the flamethrower at 3 times, like, okay, it did get crazy amount of burn, but it just didn't feel like it was that OP still. But it was kind of crazy powerful. Ice 9000 now poisons and freezes on use. It also buffs its own poison when you freeze, but no longer poisons on freeze. Okay, that. Oh, wait. Let me read this again. And now poisons and freezes on use. It also buffs its own poison when you freeze, but no longer poisons on freeze. Okay. So now whenever you use it, you freeze and poison. And it buffs its own poison when you freeze. Okay. Burning Shield. It's now the first time you fall below half health each fight. Shield equal to double the total burn of your items. From the equal to the burn and then to double. The total burn of your items? That's not even that crazy. Maybe the burn on the enemy hero would be nice. Fuel Rod. Now burns both players 5 to 20. Up from 2 to 8. What the? And haste adjacent items with 8-second cooldown. It also reduces the cooldown of adjacent vehicles by 5 to 20%. Interesting. So now if you have vehicles, you could reduce it by 20% if you have this thing. And it haste adjacent items. So you could really... I mean, you could have the fuel rod and put it in the vehicle almost. Kind of. First Aiden. Now starts at bronze tier, healing from 10 to 80, and haste another item on 3-second cooldown and no longer heals on haste. Okay. Maybe a little better standard, a little worse when on those haste builds. Race Carl now starts at bronze tier, deals 20 to 160 on use. Passive is changed to when you haste charge this 2 seconds. instead of deal damage. I never actually got a race car build up. Induction Aegis. Now starts a bronze tier and burns 1 to 5. Shields for 5 to 40 and a 4-second cooldown. No longer slows adjacent items. Okay. I never understood why this thing was slowing adjacent items. Sometimes I would want to run it, and I just wouldn't because of that. And now it's 4-second cooldown? That's lower, I think, so this thing got buffed pretty nicely. Tesla Coil now starts at bronze. 1080 damage, 5-second cooldown, passive. When you use an adjacent item, charge this 2 seconds. Instead of when you use an adjacent item, deal that damage. So, got nerfed. Pretty hard. Pretty insanely hard, actually. Tesla Coil got just shit on. Weak point detectors. Self-charge is now at 2 seconds at all tiers from 1 to 4 seconds. I don't know what weak point detector is, so I'm not sure what that is. Cores. Cooldown reduced from 7 to 6 seconds with minor adjustments to base output scaling. That's good. Cores going off a little sooner, yeah. The cores for dueling need to be a little stronger. They're not all the same strength, I feel like. Blast door is now shield 30 to 240, and when you take damage from an item, charge this 2 seconds. And the first time you fall below half of your max health, use this. I believe Blast door used to be on that 14-second cooldown shield equal to your shield. Now when you take damage, charge it. That's pretty cool. If you're versing like the Ammo Vanessa build, which is now a shit ton weaker, basically the more weapons and more items they have damaging you, the more you shield. Pyrocarbon is now shield 75 to 150 when you gain burn. Haste your items for half a second. Just half a second? I've never seen for half a second. What the heck? Kim Snail, now it has active of poison 3 to 12 on a 6-second cooldown and charges itself on slow. Okay. Yeah. Not as good. Not as good. People weren't even going slow build poison. That was crazy, but I guess they are. They're just changing. Even if it wasn't OP, they're just changing everything from on use to charge itself, which I guess would prevent a future OP thing from forming. Alpha, Beta, Omega, and Gamma Ray now count additional copies of themselves. Now counts additional copies of themselves? Oh, before they didn't. I didn't know that. I never got like 2 copies of the same ray. Aluzo Ray and Shark Ray count as rays for Alpha Ray, Beta Ray. Oh, really? What the heck? Those aren't even really rays, but alright. These are like animal rays, and then these are like electronic, but they all count as rays. Railgun now charges off rays as well, including Aluzo Ray, Shark Ray. Ooh, so a ray build you can use the ray gun with it. Alpha now it starts at bronze. Tier starts at bronze. Starts at bronze and puffs all poison. Oh, that's good. Now charges itself. What just happened there? Beta Ray now charges itself instead of giving itself haste on core ray use. Oh my gosh, great. They buffed the ray build. I've been wanting to go a ray build. I'm super glad for that. Solar Farm now has 6-second cooldown from 8. Gives regeneration and additional haste on use. It now charges when you burn instead of having reduced cooldown while you have burn. I feel like this is better because yeah, this is better. Solar Farm is better. Maybe. And then they fixed some bugs. Did they? Okay. Wait, what is this? Ice cubes would freeze a random enemy item of any size if adjacent food was used. Oh wow, they're giving us all the bugs to abuse until the patch notes tomorrow. Look at that. All right, well that's the patch notes. Let me know what you think in the comments if you disagree with me or if I'm not seeing something. But this is gonna change the game a lot. Every single patch note. What am I most excited for? The monster ranks, dude. This is gonna be so much fun. and then the Ray build. Other than that, they kind of just fucked over Vanessa. All right. Yeah, let me know what you think. Hit me over with a like, a subscribe, a comment. Tell your friends, tell your mother's friends, tell your mother's friends, tell your aunts, aunties. You know what I'm saying? Tell everybody. Till next time, Nazlama.